everybody, okay, so welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm very excited about doing this new recipe series. So we're gonna kick it off with a bang with my favorite Greek gyros, and it's gonna be so delicious. So first we're gonna start off with the chicken. It's a bit icky, but we're just gonna have to do it. So we use chicken thigh. I always use chicken breast, but my mum yells at me every single time because she thinks chicken thigh is better, and I agree. So we're gonna go chicken thigh. So I cut so much off, but we're gonna be nice today. So we're gonna slice the little fat bits off at the end. Just clean it up a little bit. Don't have to do a lot of it, but you just don't wanna bite into those bigger bits. So once we cleaned it up, we're basically gonna cut it into long strips. So with this recipe, you can use pork fillet, you can use prawn, you can honestly use any sort of protein that you like, tofu even. The base recipe, like the seasonings of this, work on anything. So I've used about 1 kilo of chicken here, and this will feed around 4 people, maybe with like 1 to 2 gyros, one big one or 2 little small gyros each. I like to make sure everyone has at least 2 because it just makes me feel better. But here we go. Chicken is done, all sliced up. We'll get rid of this. All right, so the seasoning that goes on top is very important. So we've got a brown onion. I always add brown onion in. Mitch actually likes it just raw on top, so depending on what you like. So we're gonna slice it up, slice it into quite thin sort of slices, throw it straight into the chicken. Then from there, we're gonna go lots of olive oil, which we love. Big amount, you wanna coat it a lot. I just like let it hang. Let it hang, let it hang, perfect. You want at least like 2 to 3 tablespoons really coated because you will use a non-stick pan. You won't use a lot of oil in the pan. It's all on here. With this, you got onion, the chicken, we're gonna use pepper. So just cracked black pepper, straight over the top. I don't ever measure my seasonings because if you're looking at the chicken and it looks like it's got like spots where it isn't seasoned, it just needs more. That's what I say, it just needs more. Or you just go in with what I call a Leah pinch, which is like 3 fingers and your thumb, the entire thing, and then that's how much you need. Maybe plus more. So this is flaked salt. I love flaked salt. I convinced my mum to get a flaked salt thing. She just needs it. So a lot of salt goes on there. It's important, trust me. And then the same with dried oregano. Now this is from my yaya's house, so you know this smell, oh, that's potent. It smells unreal. So then we go, again, a big Leah pinch, dried oregano on top. Now that is looking seasoned to me. All right, now, this is optional, but I love it. So garlic, I will always use garlic in literally everything. This whole, it's Greek gyros, you have to use garlic. So I'm gonna use 2 to 3 garlic cloves in here. We're just gonna crush it straight in. And fun fact, I don't own a garlic crusher. This is my mum's because I grate my garlic. I don't know why, I've done it for ages and I don't actually own one. We're gonna crush the garlic straight in. I've just never done it. I've never liked a garlic crusher. I just think they're silly. See, all this stuff gets stuck. What's the point? What is the point? A grater would never do that to me, you know? We only have one more ingredient that goes on top once it's cooked, and that is lemon. So when it comes off the pan, we're gonna squeeze like the biggest amount of lemon to make it so juicy and delicious. So we're gonna mix this, and then I'll show you visually what it looks like to see if we need more seasoning. So who knows? So we're gonna mix it straight. Now my mum likes to put paprika on this, and she literally does it because she's like, I just want more color, but I was like, it doesn't need it. But anyway, we're gonna look. See, I think by the looks of that, I think it just needs a little bit more. And that's kind of what you want to do when you are cooking. You want to be able to eyeball things. I think that looks a little sad to me, if I'm honest. It looks a little bit sad. So we're just going to go in again, a little bit more oregano, just to coat it again, a little bit more pepper, and a little bit more salt. Beautiful. Now I feel comfortable to be able to cook that, and it's going to taste good. Now we're gonna set that aside, clean, and then we're gonna come with the ultimate ingredient in a gyros, which is tzatziki. Right, this is my favorite bit, and it's something that is so personal to me because I am a stickler for a good tzatziki, and I just need to show you how to make the best one ever, and I promise you'll never buy it ever again. So this is 1/2 kilo of Greek yogurt, and it's very important that you buy the Farmers Union full fat Greek yogurt. You can't buy the light ones, you can't buy the protein ones, you just need the full fat stuff. It gives you the best thickness is what I'm talking about. So here is what I do is, this is a chucks cloth, you can use a cheesecloth, you can use a paper towel. You put it in a sieve with a bowl underneath, and the reason for that is we're gonna thicken up this, and see all that? That's the excess liquid that comes out. We wanna tip that out. So we're gonna just put it into a glass. You can ditch that or you can drink it, it's up to you. The longer you leave this in the fridge with that sieve and that bowl underneath, the thicker it will get. So I always like to leave it like overnight so it's extra thick, but this was like an hour or so and all that came out. So with the same bowl, you're gonna tip it out using this Chuck's cloth. We're gonna reuse this, so don't throw it out. So we're gonna throw it straight into the bowl. Okay, get all that off. We're gonna use this to grate the cucumber straight into it. So we're gonna put that to the side for right now. And we're gonna grate 1 Lebanese cucumber. And the reason why we grate it into this cloth is so we can squeeze out all that extra excess juice. Now, I am very particular on this. I don't grate the big side. I hate chunky bits of cucumber. I like the small side of the grater. So we're gonna go straight in, grate roughly 1 cucumber, I'd say, to every 500 grams of yogurt. I leave the skin on because I like the color of that going into the tzatziki. It just makes it feel like you've got some cucumber in there. It's got some like substance to it, if that makes sense. While we're here, we may as well do the garlic because of course I like garlic grating, not crushing. So 3 garlic cloves at a minimum, I'm saying. So this is where we start. We can keep adding. So we've got 3 big cloves. We're gonna grate them just on the exact same side, straight into the cucumber. You can do this separately, but honestly, there's no reason why you need to. Getting all of this, making sure it's all out there, getting all the bits. And now I'll bring that cup where we did the excess yogurt liquid. We're going to grab this up, it's already gone all over the board, and we're just gonna squeeze it into the glass. You can see there's a lot that comes out in cucumber, and you'd see why we would squeeze this out because obviously we've just taken the liquid out of the yogurt, so if you put this straight back in, you're just gonna make that yogurt not thick again. So we need to squeeze as much excess liquid out as we can. All right, look how much that is, that's a lot. That doesn't make for a thick yogurt. So now with this, look at my hands, it's all messy here. We're gonna throw this bit of cucumber and garlic straight into that yogurt. Again, with garlic, you also need a lot of salt. So I'm just gonna do free-flowing sprinkles. When you mix this, if you're like, need something, either add garlic or add some salt. Big sprinkle of the flake salt over the top. A little tiny bit of olive oil is what I like to put. That was a really cool knife. You can either add a little bit of vinegar or some dill. I do neither because I don't think it needs it. My yard doesn't do it either, and I have to listen to her because she is the don, so is what it is. I'm gonna get a spoon and we're gonna mix this up, and you guys are gonna be like wishing you could taste it through the screen. Okay, so this is like a thinner tzatziki than I would typically be doing because we didn't strain it for as long, but she's still good. She's still delicious. So you can see how you can see the cucumber, but it's not like big, thick chunks that you can have to bite into. Look at that. That is just a big bowl of deliciousness, honestly. Now that that's mixed, you know, a little taste on the back of the spoon. And needs way more salt. I am a salt queen, so it just is what it's gonna be. And then if you feel like it needs more garlic, you can add some more fresh garlic. But I think that right there would be perfection. Go on the time. Yeah, that's good. That is perfect. Okay, we'll leave it there. We're gonna go cook the chicken and then we're gonna assemble, and I have some tips on the pita bread too. All right, here we go. So we're gonna do it in batches. If you put too much in the pan at one time, you'll stew the meat. So just take a couple of handfuls and chuck it in. Straight in. That is plenty, and then we'll do the other half once that's done. This is my favorite bit because it smells like garlicky chicken and it's just great. So once this is like almost about to take off the pan, a massive, massive squeeze of lemon all over the top. Lemon over the top. How good's that? Now we'll go straight into a bowl and then just repeat with the other chicken as much as you've got. And if you are using a different protein like prawn, pork, whatever, the lemon goes for across the board, anything goes. All right, last batch. All right, we're almost done. So we've got lots of lemon again. Now that that's done, turn that off the heat. Take this chicken in here. All right, now we're gonna keep this pan, and you can keep all those delicious juices in there because we are gonna make the pita breads in there. So that's after, but for now, if you are preparing for like people and you've got people coming and you want everyone to eat at the same time, cover that with foil. You can chuck it in the oven on a really low heat just to keep it warm, but we're gonna make it right now. My one pet peeve is when the pita bread is just, when you bite into a gyros and the pita bread is almost bland, you're kind of like, nah. So we figured out a way. So you're gonna use spray oil with just some regular pita bread. Spray the oil, over the top, just a little bit on both sides. And then you're gonna go in with sort of like a seasoning. I found this one from G-Fresh. It's a Greek seasoning, but you can use salt, you can use oregano, you can use any sort of pre-made mix, doesn't matter what you use, but you want a little bit of it just to sprinkle so the bread is seasoned too. You've got seasoned bread, seasoned tzatziki, seasoned chicken, and then you just have a really delicious meal. Every single bite is amazing. So here it goes. The pita bread, just sprinkle on top a little bit, both sides, and then we're gonna cook that. So what Mum does when she makes a bulk for everyone, she literally will spray and sprinkle on every single one, and then she just cooks one after the other, and everyone comes up, makes the gyros, and it's like a production line, honestly, by the end of it. So I'm just gonna do 2. And you can do this in advance, so when everyone's coming over tonight, this is already done, you don't have to worry about it. But yeah, we're gonna cook this on the pan right now. All right, pita bread goes straight onto that pan, and we're just gonna cook it for maybe 1 or 2 minutes on each side until it's like lightly brown on the top. You don't wanna cook it too much so that it goes crispy. But while that's cooking, we've got some tomato. We're just gonna do thin slices. I feel like I'm the only one in my family who has tomato in their gyros. I don't get why they don't. It's crazy to me. And then we have just some iceberg lettuce. So cut it down the middle, and then we're just gonna slice it into thin sort of slices. Now that's our additions, and then we're gonna do the pita bread, and I'm gonna teach you how to roll it. And that's my favorite thing to teach people because it's an art, really, it's an art. All right, let's get this pita bread cracking. All right, perfect, here we go. So you can see that's sort of lightly brown. It's almost just, honestly, it's just warmed, because if you overdo it, it goes crispy, and you don't like that, it's not nice. So let's assemble. So tzatziki, you want a lot. You want a big bit. So as much as your heart desires, really. I put it on all over. You should see Mitch build a gyros. It honestly drives me insane. He puts everything in the middle, and I'm like, how could you do that? But he likes biting into big bits of tzatziki, and I get it, but still. Okay, we got chicken. So I put everything down the middle. You can see how that onion is sort of cooked in. It's so good, so yum. So we do tomato. Now I have a little sneaky secret. I put olives in my gyros. I pit them and I just chuck them in, and it's so good. It's like a little salty treat every time, even though there's a lot of salt in here, but salty treat, and I like it. So we've got a big bunch of lettuce, and that is, again, personal preference. I like a lot of lettuce. I like to bite into it like a salad. But here goes the rolling tutorial, very important, okay, everybody? So you have your gyros. We have a rectangle alfoil underneath it. That's how we're starting. So we're gonna turn it to the side, facing a corner. So we're gonna drag the gyros back all the way to the corner. We're gonna do pressure in the gyros right into the middle. So you've got this section here. We're gonna pull back to the corner again, all the way. And then you're gonna put pressure, but while we're rolling, we're gonna grab that corner and roll right over the top. So see how much pressure I have? It's really tight. Press it down all the way. And then when you get to about halfway, you're gonna fold either side of the edge. So we're gonna fold this up. So that keeps all that juice in, so don't drip anything on you. All the way down and all the way through to the next corner. And then you have a perfectly wrapped gyros. My explanation of that is trash, but look at the visuals. Then you basically just take off the top, and then everyone has a perfect gyros for dinner. How good? That is literally, it's so good, and every bit of that is perfect. Tzatziki lasts in the fridge. I always put it back into the yogurt container. So I've got it here. This is the container I use. I put all of that back into here, and then I leave it in the fridge, if it lasts in the fridge, until the use by date on the yogurt. So if it's gonna last me till the 16th of the 5th, it will not last in the fridge that long, but I always go by that date just to see how long that lasts. But the chicken, everything is so good, so delicious. If you like this recipe, please subscribe and comment. All the details are in the caption below, but I'm very excited about this YouTube channel, so please subscribe and let me know if you like this video, let me know if you like the vibe or whatever, but I'm very keen to hear your feedback, and thank you for watching, and I will see you next week with something else that's equally as delicious.